fists, 4 feet in the air. Time for our suffering to end in your despair. Now is our time, boys. This is the day. Oh God, they're coming for me. No. Don't need a list to prove that you're not nice. Even your missus says, oh, Nick's not gonna fly. This is our time. This is the day. Tear down old Santa from atop his sleigh. This is our time, boys. This is the day. Tear down old Santa from atop his sleigh. God damn it, the little bastards are trying to organize.
All right, everybody. Tonight's the night, all right? That piece of shit's going down. We've broken our back for 2 days long for this motherfucker. He's going down. This is it.
The reindeer are so fed up with towing your fat ass. You pushed us to our end. This Christmas will be your last. This is our time, boys. This is the day. Tear down old Santa from atop his sleigh. This is our time, boys. This is the day. Tear down old Santa from atop his sleigh. Oh, Jesus, no, that's not what a candy cake's for. You've jingled your last ball. You've blown your last hell-hole. The fat bastard's gotta go. We're through Turbo G Show. I'm gonna steal your sunshine and I'll shit on your parade. Don't get me started on doing Michael Caine. My opinion matters, yours will fall in last place. I'm not shutting up and you'll be learning my name. 5th in the family, but 1st in my mind. 1 out of 10, but I'm ranking just fine. We've only got now, there's no afterlife. Look, Mom and Dad, I'm just speaking my mind. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. Everyone's coming on Kyle tonight. Wait, what? No, nobody's coming on Kyle tonight. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Everything's coming up Kyle tonight. You can't shut this mouth, but you're welcome to try. I only stop talking to drink, smoke, or eat and cry. I'll never shut up, gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk till I die. Gonna talk Hey, everybody, we are live with Season 6, Episode 8 of Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up. I am your host, Kyle Mocha. Thank you, everybody, for joining us in the present, in the future, in the past, wherever and whenever you are getting this. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
We have a really awesome show in store for you today. We are going to be featuring some music from a new Aussie band, a new band to us. And actually, they are fairly new. They are called the DERRYS. That's DERRYS. No apostrophe, just the DERRYS.
All right, all right.
And they're just another in a long line. Not a long line, but a decently long enough line for us of amazing pop punk and alternative rock influenced Australian bands, and I'm really excited to be playing their brand new music video. It just dropped like in the last couple of weeks.
Oh yeah!
So really stoked to be playing them for you. But I'm even more stoked for this. We are joined as always by Mr. Justin Olimpado. How you doing today, brother?
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good,
We got some gifts
we
like
did.
right before we went live. Your mom, who's amazing and awesome,
She
and very
is.
very sweet and generous, and
Yep.
she got us some signage.
Yeah. On-air sign and studio sign.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to apparently be given to me for Christmas, but she could not wait.
She could not wait.
Either way, thank you.
So if you're watching,
Christmas is fucking far away.
but
I
it's
know,
Christmas.
dude.
It's Christmas
I
in
know.
July. It's Christmas in July. That's why if you listen to the live version of this on YouTube, the opening song, after we had a little bit of technical difficulties, the internet went out. Well, it didn't go out. The strip blew, the power surge blew, or whatever that
the
was
air
over there.
conditioner tripped.
Something tripped. Something tripped. But yeah, either way,
It's too hot not to have it fucking running.
these signs are fucking awesome.
Yeah, no,
either
they
way.
are. They
and
are.
I'm really excited to get them hung up and actually in use. They're gonna
Fuck
just
yeah.
add a whole different level. So big ups to Justin's mom.
Big ups to my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
it's
ups
awesome.
to her for somehow producing you. That just never has made sense to me.
Yeah.
It's like a human woman birthing an elephant because you are.
Babies are generally smaller than adults.
Oh, well, speaking of smaller than adults, we are joined by Mr. Zachary Storman. And I guess I should clarify what I had no idea what I was saying, but what I meant by that is your wiener is smaller than adults.
I figured.
Technically.
I knew what you meant.
You gave a look like, what could that possibly mean?
I
And
knew
I'm
what
like,
you meant.
It was wiener. It was wiener. It was wiener. Hey, but when we measured them yesterday, you're still coming out ahead of me, so that's good. Totally a thing we did.
A whole head length.
A whole head length. My head is flat, though. I have a very flat head. It's like I have a hammerhead
flat
cock.
head.
I have a hammerhead cock,
old
but it's not
flathead.
nearly as impressive as you think it is. It doesn't do good hammering. No, but it's like a Tonka toy hammer. It's just beaten. I've just
play
destroyed
school,
it. I've played with it. Yeah, like not Tonka. It's little tykes. That's what I'm thinking.
Little
Little
tykes.
tykes. I have a little
Maybe-
tyke. That's a good way to start this show off. In upcoming events, if you are in the Poconos area, if you're in the Stroudsburg area, we are going to be having a show this weekend at the Basement Bar. We've spoken of it often in the past. If you are interested in coming, it's going to be a band from Lansdale called LMI. We have our buddies Richard, Kevin, and Mikey playing in their band Kuwato, and Jen and Steve-O, longtime friends, my neighbors, and contributors to our show. They've been on plenty of times in the past. They are premiering basically it's kind of like Jen's I don't want to say it's Jen's solo project because Steve-O is a big part of it,
right?
But it's so, we were listening to it last night. They did like a room recording. The ambiance feel like you just get in it. It's very trance like, and I didn't hear it with vocals. It was just the two of them like playing. Oh, but it's gonna be really awesome. It's called La Fin Fauna.
It's a real Chelsea Wolf esque.
Yeah, you guys
dark
were discussing
woman.
this the other day, and
It's-
like you knew way more about what she was going for than I did. I was just like, it kind of gave me like a Donnie Darko soundtrack feel, but like a punk rockish because it's almost like think. I mean, I always compared a duo, especially when it is a married couple of any relationship like that, to like the White Stripes, and in kind of the same situation, Steve-O's not a drummer by trade, but he can drum, and like Meg White wasn't a drummer but she could drum, and it was like, well, I've got you here,
But that
you play.
They weren't married.
They were divorced when they started the band. They had been married and they got divorced. I'm pretty sure. I'm not 100%.
They got like. Hey, now that we're divorced, you want to start a band?
I think it basically
I can't be in a band with you if we're
they
married.
wrote the music when they were together, and Jack White was saying something to the effect of, I remember hearing about this, so I could totally be wrong, but I have a vague recollection of this conversation being something I watched in an interview or something along those lines. Maybe I read it on Wikipedia. Maybe I dreamt it. But Jack White had Meg White playing drums because they were in a relationship just to figure out the songs, and then anybody else he thought of going to, it just wouldn't sound the right way because she wasn't a drummer, so she did things a drummer wouldn't do. And then you can't, like, you can make a well-polished version of the White Stripes. It's not going to sound the same, though. Like, Seven Nation Army is not the same with a quote-unquote real
The
trained
only
drummer.
way I like Seven Nation Army that's not the original version is when a high school marching band plays it out of tune.
That is honestly the
and
weirdest
just all
thing.
slightly out. It's all shitty old fucking tubas.
I remember seeing...
I found this tuba in the trash.
It's when teachers grew up listening to something and then they bring it to their kids. You know, it's like, I remember having a teacher that I'm pretty sure had the band play like Disarm or some other like Pumpkin song. Yeah. And it was just like, I don't think they ever did it really like outside of just like the football like arena, right? But they did it really cool.
Your high school had arena football?
No. Within the arena of the figurative arena of football, the stadium. We didn't have a stadium.
What do you mean?
We had when I was in high school, we had a field and a hill with 3 sets of soccer bleachers on the hill, and we all sat on the hill. Yeah. We didn't have a stadium.
That's because all the money was going into South Stadium.
And the year I graduated, they by that time they had a large set of stands on one side, and now I think they have kind of more of a stadium style, but it is not a stadium. Like, in no way, like, Pocono Mountain West, like, has, like, a stadium. East Stroudsburg has, like, at least half of a stadium. Like, you have that half a stadium feel. Yep. And then you put the opposing, the visitors
here's your fucking bleachers.
Here's your bleachers, assholes. Like,
well, yeah, we had half a stadium. Yeah. Because we would sit in, like, the huge, nice... big side, and then the visitor side was like some rinky-dink.
Yep, exactly. That's how they did it.
We had 3 sets of bleachers for everybody. And I literally think they moved the ones from the soccer field to the football field so the opposing team could have 2 sets of bleachers. Let's face it, nobody was watching the soccer
Have they built a stadium up there, though?
I don't, like, I remember there being something that was, like, Pepsi sponsored. So, because, like, Pepsi was, like, the thing that they had.
I mean, they have the land to do it. It's just
Pepsi.
That it's super rocky, so good luck getting them.
Yeah, but realistically, it's just, I don't know, it's high school sports. You build something that's good enough for right now, they're just going to stretch it out and not want to budget anything else.
Unless it's making them money.
It's making them money, but it's
Dude,
not.
last year they redid the...
You do it for the sport.
Fields at West, at Pocono Mountain West, and they cut the tops of all the fields off and brought them to a local quarry that I go to. And all the dirt that I was getting last year for nothing
was blue.
It was the beautiful dirt that was the top fucking 4 inches of the football field.
Wait. Is East the one that's blue? West is blue. West is blue. They had
the dirt.
But I'm saying, did they have a blue? They had a blue track. That's what they had at that school. They had a blue track around.
I don't recall.
Either way, in other news of high school sports and athletics, we'll be back later with Dirt and Sports, our new segment that we're going to be doing. But we got this show again this weekend, July 24th, this Saturday. LMI, Kuato, and LaFin Fauna. So tune in next week. We'll be talking about it with Steve-O and Jen.
That was such a weird...
Show up for it.
Weird circle.
Yeah.
That we got.
We really went on a loop there.
We got into...
We were loopty-doopty there.
For a while
we got into local high school sports.
You heard it here.
It all makes sense in the end, I'm sure. And then another thing with the basement, I have done something I've been wanting to do for a while, and I'm really excited about it. We are...
Pooped in a hole.
I pooped in just a small hole. A small hole.
He just walked outside and dug a hole.
I mean, to be fair, I did. I pooped into a funnel, and then I shoved because it was a small hole,
right?
And it was a hole that needed filling. So I pooped into it, and then I shoved the rest of it in through the funnel.
With your hands?
With my hands. I was wearing gloves.
What else?
When I pooped, and then I threw them out, and I forgot.
What? You're kicking it through with your feet?
Yeah, I can't do that. Can't do that.
It's a big funnel.
But I have September 4th. We're going to announce it right now here. September 4th. There's going to be a comedy night, a comedy show at the basement as well. And that is going to be, I don't want to say headlined, but the whole thing is being headed up by me working alongside a buddy of mine, Joey Tepedino, who is a stand-up comedian that's originally from this area, but he moved out to Harrisburg and he's been doing stand-up in Harrisburg for the last few years. And I was really wanting to do a show in a selfish way to help myself get back into stand-up if I'm around people doing stand-up. Right. I'm probably going to MC this event, so it's going to help me get more into, instead of having to go to open mics, might as well just do it in the closest spot possible. But I am really excited because most comedians haven't had a place to do stand-up in forever, and things are just starting to get back. So I'm basically asking him to throw a lineup of 4 to 5 people up, and they're going to just have whatever time they want to do. It's going to be very unformatted, but it is going to be a small event. We're only going to be able to have about like 20, 25 people, because we're going to try to do seating. I don't want to blow up the whole flow we have going right now, but I do see stream has disconnected on there. Are we off again? Or is that just an alert from 22 minutes ago?
That's 22 minutes.
Okay, I just noticed it, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
Dude.
But either way...
While you're doing that in the basement, I will be having a party upstairs in your bedroom.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
Snooty anti-comedy songs.
Yes, yeah. You guys will be hanging out upstairs watching my Star Trek Next Gen on VHS. That's what you're going to be doing.
I just don't think comedy is funny.
Yeah. But then no one will miss you, so we'll
I hate comedy.
Real snooty. Snooty tooty for shooty.
I've heard these jokes
before. But there will be more information about the comedy show coming up. I don't know besides Joey who's going to be on it. Again, I'm probably going to MC, so I'm going to use that time to work out a little bit of the material that I haven't done in a few years. But if you're interested, you can hit up me personally. You can find me just at Kyle Mocha on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. Before we start talking about music, because I am really excited about the music for tonight, we have beverages. We're sipping on one right now, but we have beverages that we need to taste. One we've been looking for a few weeks, and we finally found it. And the other, we did not know it existed until this afternoon. So really excited. Justin, let's hit it. What are we drinking?
We drink it so you don't have to. Review it in the morning from the bathroom. Cheap booze and craft brews. Review it in the morning from the bathroom. What are we drinking? What are we drinking? Yeah!
All right, guys. So a lot this summer, in the last few summers, we have been drinking plenty of spiked seltzers. And today we went to Brewski's, the new and improved Brewski's.
They do have a lot of fucking
huge selection.
But they ain't got no fucking siding on the building.
Not yet. They're finishing it though. It's in work. They were doing a lot of work there today.
It is a pain in the ass to get in and out of that.
It's only one spot you're supposed to enter in, and then one spot.
It's like they made the building 4 times as big, but they made the parking lot half as small.
Yeah. There's no
reason why there should be that.
The decorative area that they have, like they've got like landscaping and like stonework and everything. No, we need more spots to park.
Yeah.
Because I'm not parking behind the building. I'm assuming that's going to be tenant parking for upstairs.
Probably.
But either way, personal gripes with businesses aside, we were walking through trying to see what we were going to get. We were looking at a lot of like German stuff for a while. Yeah. And then we turned a corner. They had a Dunkel, and I was about to get a Hefeweizen Dunkel.
Well, the first aisle we managed to get down was you're too fucking poor for this.
Yeah, it was all the Trappist monk stuff that's just like $45 St. Bernardus and stuff like that. Like we're not. Maybe one day.
That's just mud pallets there. Expect that at Kyle's snooty party.
We went way cheaper on this one. So what we found is the wonderful, renowned root beer and orange cream soda making company Stewart's.
Which I think we did shit on the last time we had orange soda.
We don't like them as much. Yeah, we did orange soda. We did the too much cream or whatever that episode was. We did shit on it, so I'm excited to see how that tastes. And then at one point we should bring back that other the Coors versus this Coors versus Stewart's. But we've got Stewart's Premium Spiked Seltzer. It is 1 gram of carbs, 100 calories, 1 gram of sugar. It is 5% alcohol by volume. It is right on par with White Claw and all of the others that are joining this race. But they have a variety pack that we found. And the first one is that we've been sipping on is Black Cherry Spiked Seltzer. And then they have a Raspberry Lime. Yep. And then, of course, their Orange Cream and their Root Beer. Right. Now, we've all tasted the Black Cherry, right?
Yeah, I actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think
got a lot of flavor.
I think out of all the seltzers that we've had, including White Claw, I think this is the most flavorful.
This is on par.
That's not harsh.
I will say this is on par so far with the Coors Orange Cream level of flavor.
I think you're both on drugs.
Yeah.
Because this is not good.
You don't like the Black Cherry?
There is that flat cola sweetness
I don't like
that
it, though.
sticks to the inside of my mouth.
Okay.
And is not what I want in a seltzer.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't taste like a seltzer.
It doesn't taste like a seltzer.
This is another situation where it should just say hard soda. Yeah. It tastes like hard soda, and they should, I would agree with you,
it's
add
like,
fizz, a little bit more fizz.
It's like a...
I don't think this is going to be a
like
burpy
syrupy and... Sticking to the inside of my mouth.
I think that's
definite aspartame.
I think it's the sugar brew. No, it's a sugar brew.
Yeah, but it's only it's 1 gram of sugar.
Yeah,
which
but
is
they
nothing.
brew the sugar somehow.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, literally carbonated water, sugar brew, natural flavor, citric acid, sugar, and then sodium citrate.
I don't know. I don't get that same thing that you
what
do.
Is
I think
sugar
it's
brew.
I don't know. Justin, you want to check out what sugar brew is? Now, so Zach, you're not a fan of this so far. Now, I don't want to. I mean, if you want to give these a ranking, we can. What I do want to do is I want to start with the root beer because that's the most classic to me of Stewart's flavors. Root beer.
Stewart's makes a good root beer.
They make a great root beer. Yeah.
So what sugar brew is it's a type of base produced by fermenting sugar from cane, beet, corn, and any other carrot.
Yeah.
It's frequently compared to malt base.
Okay, all right. So instead of they avoided the malt route and they went with the sugar brew. So now we know that. Yep. All right. So smells like fucking root beer. Smells like root beer.
We're going right into the root beer?
I'm going to jump right into the root beer here, and we're going to see how this goes. Oh, that is fucking good. That tastes like a little flat and extra syrupy.
It tastes like flat root beer, but
it tastes like flat root beer out of a soda gun.
It tastes like disappointment.
I don't know, really.
I'm so overly I thought this is going to be fucking root beer with booze in it. This is not that at all. This is flat.
Oh, it does say sparkling malt
root
beverage.
Beer.
Yeah, I'll agree that it is flat. It is flat. It is not bubbly.
Flat, yeah.
I'll agree that this should not say seltzer on it whatsoever. But
I think it's just because they carbonate it. Really?
Yeah, but they make soda. Why don't they just? We were talking about this earlier. You like with the Arizona. Why did Arizona go from seltzer? They went from making regular tea to making hard seltzer. They should have just made hard tea and hard lemonades.
Well, because that's not what's in right now.
Yeah, but all of the seltzer companies are starting to make lemonades and teas, so you might as well just go that other way. In my head, that doesn't make sense. They should have just made not your father's root beer, but Stewart's root beer, where they literally take their root beer and infuse it with malt liquor and just put booze in it. Like we can do that with orange fucking,
I'm just gonna start opening all of these.
This is a lot less sugar and carbs and calories and there's
but the funny thing is that the problem that I feel like I'm having is the carbonation level, not this. I think it's overly sweet and not carbonated enough. So whatever they do with that sugar brew is making that sweetness really come through on it. And I like it. I really do like it. I'm feeling it in my stomach. But I like it, and I definitely...
The difference between, this and, a regular Stewart's is a regular Stewart's is, having sex.
Yeah.
And this is, you brushed up against the wall with the front of your pants, and your penis almost was touched by the wall.
Oh.
Okay.
My penis is always almost touched by the wall. I always just rub it up against the walls. Feel through my denim.
Well, that is a great point.
Yeah, Justin, what are your thoughts on it?
I just opened all of them and sipped from each one.
Okay, well now I've got the root beer. I'm gonna put that down. I'm gonna take a sip from the orange while you're talking.
The orange just tastes like cream. like almost like a cream soda.
There's a hint of orange flavor. Okay, that's way worse.
Yeah, this is not good.
That is, yeah. Coors wins out on that one, hardcore. This almost gave me heartburn instantly.
And the raspberry lime,
really didn't.
I don't know. I'd say it's like on par with a White Claw.
Okay.
In the sense of like the lime, maybe a little bit better.
I'd say they all definitely have. That gives you the
it's very lime.
It's
very, very tart.
Yeah, the tart. I don't like that. I mean, I like it. I'll probably like it better after the second and third sip. All of these have way more immediate flavor and sustained flavor than almost any other seltzer I have had. Which again, why I think it should be just a hard soda.
Yeah, I agree.
And if you do make it hard soda, then you do.
Ooh, the tart in the raspberry lime, I like.
That really sustains, and that's good.
It sort of takes away from the sticky sweetness.
Yeah, it has something to cut through that.
All right. So what would you say after, Zach, have you given each of them a taste? What would you say is the we're going to say raspberry lime's the best tasting one. Overall, that definitely does. It hit me right off the bat, but it's kind of one of those things I just got to get over. It's like a glass of wine. First one, it's kind of like, and then after that, you're just hammered, so whatever. That's the best one. What is the worst one, in your opinion, and why?
I'm going to say the root beer because I'm so disappointed in it. The black cherry was not good, but I'm not a huge black cherry fan.
I like the black cherry.
I like root beer, but this is like... This is not. It's not okay.
It kind of tastes like you. I'll say this: tasting the root beer while you're saying that, it kind of feels like you have soda that was left out overnight, and then you went and dropped a root beer barrel in that soda.
You dropped the root beer barrel,
and then you waited to the next night, and then you drank it.
Now, all right,
with a little bit of vodka or something in there.
In the thought of. If it was a hot fucking day and you wanted a root beer, you're obviously not going to go and chug a root beer. Would that suffice enough on a hot day to cover root beer? Because it's way less in calories.
No. I would say if you were craving root beer, this is not the answer for that. If you're craving the orange cream, this is definitely not the answer for that.
And if you're craving an alcoholic beverage on a hot day, there are so many more options.
Yeah, they're way better options
that we have done on this show.
Yeah.
And probably so many more cheaper options that are better than that.
All right,
I
Justin,
don't know. These are pretty fucking cheap.
Are you agreeing that
all right,
or do you like the black cherry? Because I do like the black
raspberry
cherry.
lime is probably the best. I do like the black cherry a lot. Then the root beer and the cream.
Yeah.
The orange cream. I don't want to fucking have that in like a hot you're not drinking this in the winter. Maybe you are drinking this in the winter.
Maybe. But they're definitely
I don't want to go for that. And
feels.
Even if I did, I could probably only do one. It just has that weird creaminess.
But you're putting the orange cream at the bottom. I'm
yeah.
with you on that. I'll say that it goes orange cream, and then I'll tie the black cherry and the root beer for myself. I really like the flavor of root beer, so I'll take shitty flavor of root beer a little bit. It doesn't replace anything. It's not better than anything. If I see it ever again, I'll probably have one just out of, I kind of like that. But I'm not really gravitated towards it.
You're not going to find these at a bar.
For being not usually a huge fan of things with a lot of lime in it, I really am liking this. After that initial, as I call it, the lemonade back of the fucking mouth, like feel, I like this one.
I feel like it has actual lime juice in it.
I do want to give it a ranking, though, as...
A whole?
A whole. Okay. I don't want to give individual rankings on this. So as a whole, taking its best, its worst, average amount in your brain. Yeah, think of what you would give the worst and what you would give the best. Like, for me, the orange cream, personally, I'd give it like a 45 because it's good enough, but it's not that great. It's good enough with like some of the flavor, but the whole package doesn't work. And the raspberry lime, not a huge raspberry lime fan. I'd probably be in the mid to high 60s. So I'm going to average the whole thing out. I'm going to give it a 57.4. A 57.4 overall. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's above the worst.
Yeah.
It's not a passing grade. And for nostalgia's sake, you got my money once, and I'm not going to give it to you again.
Yep, exactly.
Yep, that's what it is.
I'm at about a 47.
47? Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And Zach, what are you thinking on this?
I was also thinking 47.
Yep,
Yeah.
that works. It's locally. That's the channel for Comedy Central. So that works.
Just to dig a little into your scale.
Yeah.
You said would not buy again, but gave it over a 50.
I would not buy it again, but if somebody had it in a cooler, I'd be like, yeah.
See, in my mind, the way I have done my scale is 50 is like...
You'll go for it again. 50, you at least give it another shot.
I might buy this again.
Yeah.
And anything less than 50 is...
No.
Like, you know, 47, I might drink it again. But anything lower than 50 on my scale, I've pretty much been like... Won't put my own money out.
I've been using the standardized American school grading system in that rate, where 65 and above is pretty much I would buy this again.
Right.
But you know, there's variations there. 50 to 65 is like if somebody had it, I'd probably drink it, and 50 and below is basically like how much did it offend me that I'm giving it less than a 50 because I like booze. So if I don't like this so much that I'm giving it a below middle of the road, like middle of the road, like we gave a couple of like the Yingling premiums and shit, got in that middle of the road area. It's like like it's here or there. If you have beer and you offer me a beer and you go to your fridge and you hand me a Yingling, you know, premium or a Yingling Golden Pilsner, sure, cool, I'll drink it. Like I'm not gonna be offended.
If you hand me a regular Yingling, I'm gonna fucking slap that shit out of your hand.
We don't do that in this house.
Not in my house.
Not in my house. All right. Well, I think that sums it up for the stewards. Pretty much, if you want it for nostalgia, get it. But it's not really that great. Now I have 4 open, unfinished.
Yeah.
Almost done with the root beer, actually.
I'm gonna
be slammered. But not before we get to the anticipated one for us personally.
This is strong,
now this is was it 6.9? 6.9. So a 7%er. This is the V2K IPA from New Belgium. It is part of their Voodoo Ranger line. Now Justin's got the box right here for you guys, so you can give that a look. It is very 90s. They are. The guy, the skull dude, he's got a Discman on. It looks like he's wearing 2 pagers. He's got Charlotte Hornet colored jacket, and then what looks like a mock-up of like a Chicago Bulls style jersey, and then he's got a backwards hat, and then
over top of his regular hat.
Headphones, big glasses. Zach, I think you spotted this somewhere first, or somebody brought it to your attention. I
saw it on Reddit.
On Reddit,
yeah, you had posted it to us.
Now, Justin, do you mind reading, or you can toss it to me and I'll give it a read. We've got
Justin can't read.
Possibly,
I can't read shit.
In his 83 years, he never learned to read shit. So this is what it says on the box itself. Again, really cool packaging here. I appreciate good packaging. Say goodbye to your semi-charmed life and wazab to bittersweet symphony of grapefruit and guava, perfectly in sync in this hazy IPA. I don't know anything about it other than it's a hazy IPA, and they are really pushing for that 90s nostalgia. Are
we supposed to that's where our mindset's supposed to be?
Like
we're supposed to be
Y2K,
V2K,
yeah, the year 2000. But the year 2000
was the 90s,
it was
right?
Your influence. If 1990 happened, you'd be all 80s out because that's the only thing that had happened.
Yeah, exactly.
Like right now, we're all 2010s out.
Like the 80s didn't end till 91, 92, and the end of whenever Nevermind came out.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And so, there's always a little bit of a hangover for each decade. So this is a 90s feel. Everything they reference in that is from 1997, basically. Semi-Charmed Life, Champagne Supernova, like that is all mid to later 90s, but not late 90s or 2000. We were just excited for the packaging.
Yeah.
Just for the packaging, just the advertising of it all.
I didn't even know. When I first saw it,
you didn't know.
I didn't know it was a different Voodoo Ranger. I thought it was just a special can.
Yeah, I thought it was.
But I like Voodoo Ranger, so I'm like, wow, we should just get it for the.
So this is their tropical citrus version of the Voodoo line. The Voodoo line, I will say, besides Wandering into the Fog, this is my favorite line of IPAs that have happened, and I might put it above Wandering into the Fog because I can buy it in stores, Joe.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Move back. Bring your beer back from Connecticut. dickhead. Either way, I'm
I
really
randomly
excited.
run into Joe
at the Cinder.
more than I randomly run into any of his beer products in beer stores.
We just
What
have
the
to start
hell?
paying
God
for his
damn
beer,
it.
apparently. We just have to start hitting him up and going,
Can we
Give us
just
beer.
order it?
I
Can
think we
just,
can just order it from
I'll buy
him.
another fridge here,
Yeah.
and we'll just fucking order it by
I think it's the way to go. I think we should do it.
We're gonna need sponsors because
We're going to need fridge
We're
sponsors.
gonna need Abomination
Yo,
to sponsor our
Frigidaire,
stuff,
I
and then give us the
Frigidaire
free
you to
beer.
sponsor us. Calling you
I
out.
frigid dare you to help us get drunker and
I
fatter.
frigid double dog dare ya. So we didn't really know what we were getting into with this beer. I didn't know that it was a
Let's
tropical.
fucking drink it.
Let's drink it.
I've been
I didn't know if
drinking
it
it.
was a
Fuck you
tropical
guys.
IPA until I just read it right there. Ooh, that's pineapple-y. Maybe some mango in there or something like. Oh, guava. It was saying, yeah. Initial thought, that is fucking beautiful.
Really good, yeah.
And they were only chilled for a short while, so we are drinking them at a more appropriate temperature for an IPA. It's not supposed to be ice cold.
Right.
It's supposed to be in that 45-degree range. This is fucking good.
It's really good, yeah.
You've had a couple more sips than us. What are your thoughts on it, Justin?
It's not too dry.
No, the
The
juicy
flavor,
really pulls through.
the flavor, the tropical flavor, whatever they're putting in. You said guava.
Yeah, guava, and
obviously
other things. I threw the
pineapple,
box
some of
in
that stuff. But that
a little tirade
remains.
there.
That remains like it
Unreachable
doesn't go
territory.
away and leave you with just dry, hoppy, fucking
Yeah.
aftertaste.
Yeah, I hate an IPA that makes me need a drink. Like, I like a taste of an IPA that makes me want to drink, but I don't want to drink a whole pint of something like that.
Yeah.
Now, immediate feels in the stomach after having a couple of sips. It's warming. It is this honestly for tropical. I'd like this in the wintertime. I think this would be honestly a better winter beer. But I'm never really disappointed with the Voodoo line. I don't think I found anything I don't like.
Does
on
it bring you to the time period?
No, in no way, because in in the way that I was drinking fucking like Capri Sun, if it was a Capri Sun influence
Yeah,
thing,
I could feel like this is like more. This has a Capri Sun.
Yeah.
Like the way that Capri Sun is like, it's mostly water with a hint of whatever flavor.
Apple
you said.
juice. And
This is mostly
Arctic
IPA
Blast.
with just enough of the tropical.
Yeah. So in that way, when I think about it, yes, but it does in 1999, 2000, when Y2K actually happened. I don't know if you guys remember where you were, but I was in what would become my bedroom, but it was just the TV room and it came to a point where enough of us were old enough that we all needed to start taking over rooms.
Right.
So all of the extra rooms became bedrooms. I hung a door up and everything. And but we were in what would be my bedroom, was the TV room, and me and my dad were the only ones staying up because I was 14, and then so Craig probably stayed up for a little bit, and we watched Zorro on VHS from like the fucking like 40s and 50s era Zorro, and we were waiting for everything to go out, and we were just sitting there.
Were you counting down? Were you?
No,
you were waiting?
we were watching Zorro, and all of a sudden it was 1:30 in the morning. My dad goes, "Oh, it's 1:30 in the morning. I'm gonna go to bed." And I went, "Oh, I guess nothing happened."
Yeah.
And we went into his office. He turned on his computer. His computer was working. We're like, "All right, cool."
Dude, I shit you not. I was 9, but you know where I was when the ball dropped on Y2K?
In a bar.
In a fucking bar, dude.
Yes.
I was in the bar.
Oh well, that just adds to your lore.
Because my daddy is a fucking trash man, as deep as
No,
they come.
he's not. He's a great.
I'm pretty sure my brother was. My mom worked at a bar.
Okay, so you were. It was a family establishment. I
Yes.
could see even at the Cinder people having their kids on like
I
New
was
Year's
at
for like
Smugglers.
dinner and stuff like that. Yeah, Smugglers.
Yeah, my mom worked
Yeah.
at Smugglers forever.
That's just as much a restaurant as it is a bar. But that is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. Justin, do you remember where you were? I mean, did they let you into AARP at that point? Like, did you
Yes,
have
in
your
fact,
so
I was filling out all
He was
of my
probably
information.
asleep. 'cause,
Justin
you
was
know,
at
it was
Denny's
late.
for the late night menu.
For Y2K, I think we were over Brian's house.
All right, so a guy
Like the
named
old
Brian.
the old Ben's house.
Oh, okay.
And I think we were just hanging out there.
Yeah, just hanging
drinking,
out.
being stupid.
Yeah, having a one fine day Offspring style.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I get you. I get you. Yeah, but overall, love this beer. I'm excited to see how, because we each have 2 of them, so I'm excited to see how we feel after 2 of them. But I think we need to give it a ranking, and I'm going higher with this guy. I'm giving this an 82.5. Like, this is good. This is
good.
really this deserves a spot in the topper. The Tupperware, the upper half of the. I was trying to say upper, and I said tupper. It translates somewhere. But yeah, that's where I'm gonna go. 82.5. Justin, where are you going on this?
78.
All right, fair. And Zachary.
It's fucking good.
It is good.
It's fucking good. 85.
It's a 7%
85.
fucking beer that I'm almost done with in 5 minutes.
It's crushing.
It's a crushable fucking beverage.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of crushable, we've got some awesome music in store for you guys today. Again, we're featuring the DERRYs. They're from Australia. They're from Melbourne. Or I found this actually, let me look it up so I make sure I'm saying it right. But I believe it is Narm. Narm is the indigenous name for the area that Melbourne is in. Naarm, and they bill themselves as being from Narm/Melbourne. Okay. So
do they have indigenous
I don't know. Or they're just being respectful to the original inhabitants of the area. Either way, the DERRYs, we're going to be watching DERRYS, no apostrophe, just DERRYS. The video tonight we're going to be seeing just dropped a couple of weeks ago. It is for their single Problems. This is the first single and title track off their debut EP. The single was released on June 18th, my birthday. It was released on my birthday just about a month ago. And the video is now available to view on YouTube. The DERRYs EP Problems will be available this September on all music streaming platforms. And if you are in Melbourne, this Friday, July 23rd, you can catch them at Last Chance Rock and Roll Bar, supporting Scuzzface and the Maggie Pills. I listened to both of them. Fuck, I'm working on them now. I'm trying to build an episode when we move into the new platform where we just feature as much, like our whole Have Punk Will Travel idea.
Yeah.
Melbourne's the first area I'm going for.
Hell yeah.
All these bands are fucking great. And then they have the release party for the single Problems is Saturday the 24th. So if you're not in Stroudsburg, but you're in Melbourne, go check out
my two fucking favorite places.
Yeah. They're going to be at the Retreat Hotel, again with the Maggie Pills, and then probably my new favorite band name, the Mother Gurus.
Mother Gurus.
The Mother Guru. I'm trying to think of how they say in Australia.
I've heard that
Australian.
before.
The Mother Gurus.
Mother Guru.
I'm doing too much of a Liverpoolian thing. I can't get it right now. But either way, you can find them on Instagram at the DERRYs Band, and on Facebook, just search the DERRYs. So again, this is the video for Problems. Just dropped. Really fucking love this. Very stoked to just continuing to find more music from Australia. So here it is again, Problems by the DERRYs. We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Enjoy.
Say
All right, guys, there you have it. The fucking Dairies. Honestly, my favorite. I love the lyrics of that song. But when he just goes, yeah, I've done LSD, you got a problem. I'm like, yeah, I've done LSD, you got a problem.
I got a problem. I don't have any LSD. We're out of drugs.
Sell us a Bible, please. We'll be good for years. That is, you got to put it the best way while we were listening to it, Zach. Say how you said it.
It's like if Lemmy was in Dinosaur Jr.
Yeah, it's like if he, like, not only vocally, but kind of, like, influencing on that, like, driving bass, like, side of things.
Yeah.
But that solo is, I wouldn't be surprised, I said while we were listening to it, I wouldn't be surprised if they have a track on their EP that's got a 12-string guitar. Like, it just has that very eclectic, like, it's still punk, like, it still sounds like what they call pub rock down there.
Yeah.
It is a perfect middle ground of all of the Aussie stuff. We've played, I forget what the guy's name is, but we played Luke Morris. We played Luke Morris back in November.
Yeah.
It was an odd resemblance in the same, what's his name, Taylor... Foo Fighters drummer.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor Hawkins. I called him Taylor Kitsch the last time I tried, but still same kind of look.
Yeah.
But that, like, sun-kissed surfer rock looking, but it's like the Prince and the Pauper version of these guys. But they also have a very similar sound to, like, Cosmic Psychos, which I'm sure growing up in that area has been an influence on them. But then that Dinosaur Jr. feel is something I feel through so much of this Aussie
that drum
music.
beat too.
It's so good
with that, like the up notes on that snare.
Yeah.
It's such a 90s.
Yeah.
You mean it was in everything from like Smells Like Teen Spirit You know, it was every fucking.
Right now,
it was a
Zach be frozen again.
It was all Anus Morissette.
Yeah, all Anus Morissette.
It was every 90s.
To talk about
jam.
Taylor once again, all Anus Morissette there.
Was he in that band?
He played drums for Alanis Morissette, and that's how he got I'm pretty sure that's how he got the Foo Fighters job. He was the drummer for Alanis Morissette. Is that not correct?
I believe so.
Yeah.
I know that her big song. What's that first big song?
Well, everything off of Jagged Little Pill he played on. Like,
but isn't it? It's Flea and John Frusciante that played.
I don't know. I don't know anything about them.
What's her big song?
Ironic. Like,
well, no. The first song was off Jagged Little Pill.
Am I wrong?
You just made
you
me
ought to
sick.
know.
You ought to know.
No, that's Flea and John Frusciante.
But I'm pretty sure Taylor Hawkins was her drummer right there for a minute. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Either way, the whole scene down there.
He was the drummer for her.
Okay.
The whole scene down there is fucking.
He was a touring drummer
beautiful.
for her.
I will say right now that we are getting hit up in our hotline. All right, we're getting current up to the minute.
Okay.
The only person that responds in the hotline. We have I Still Claim Taylor Hawkins' best work is on Jagged Little Pill. As I'm saying it, we're getting this message from our good better.
You hear me.
Our good buddy, our good butter, as I said, our good buddy Steve-O. Now that makes me remember that I should give out this number once in a while, because we don't ever actually promote the fact that we have this phone number.
It's costing us $700 a month.
So much. So if you want to chip in and you don't want to do it in the YouTube chat, you can hit us up, our Google Voice number. It's 570-795-9624. That is 795-WHOA, WOAH. Now I will say this.
You can leave a voicemail, right?
You can leave a voicemail. You can send text messages. We get all of them in real time. I definitely gave the number out on our appearance of Let Me Ask You a Question and gave the wrong number. I remember listening back to it. So now I want to go back.
You're a big idiot.
And I want to call that number that I gave out incorrectly and be like, hey, I'm sorry about the 0 text messages and phone calls you've gotten about this. But if you ever do get one, it's because of I made a mistake, and maybe you should change your voicemail.
Can you call? Like, can we talk on the phone?
Somebody could call us, and I could put it on speaker from my phone right here, right now.
I got fat boys waiting to talk to you right now.
We got all the fatties.
Call the drunk fat hotline.
I'm eating a cheeseburger and sipping on a milkshake.
There's barbecue all over my chest hair.
I have so much barbecue. I have all of the barbecue. You'll never need barbecue again after tonight.
Call the hotline. We got big boys waiting to hear from you.
Right now. All right, guys, again, you can check out the Derrys at the Derrys Band on Instagram, and you can find them on Facebook. Just search the Derrys. And again, in September, Problems is going to be dropping. That is the EP. It's their debut EP. I have not been able to hear really anything else from them because they just started this group. So I'm really fucking stoked. We do our tour of Melbourne where we just play all venues only in Melbourne, and then we do one like date in Sydney where we play 5 venues in one night in Sydney. But I'm loving the scene there, and I'm stoked to hear more from these guys. Also, I'm really stoked to talk about tonight's song. We, as you probably know if you're listening to this, we are currently working on an album called Wasted and Waiting. And tonight we are dropping the 8th track off of that. It is crazy to me to think that when I go home tonight, I'm going to be able to sit through and listen to the first 8 tracks of this album. Every week I listen, okay, I had 1, and I listened to it a lot. And then I had 1 and 2, 1 through 3, 1 through 4. Last week, 1 through 7, and I sat through and listened to it. It is coming together beautifully. I am in love with our project right now. I fucking love it. And tonight's song is
you love it so much, why did you marry it?
Well,
that was a very 2000s thing to say.
That was. But it's a great way to transition into this song. So the song tonight is called Cut My Hair. And I didn't love it so much, so I didn't marry it. And this song has gone through a lot of stages, I'll say. The original idea for what this song started at, now that I'm really thinking about it, is probably the oldest song that's on this album.
Okay.
I started just with that simple riff, like the open riff, just like an open E chord, like just power chord, open E, and then go to that second fret and just hit, you know, your 2s and 4s, and then your 4s and 6s, and that was just that repeated. And I just spent years trying to work. I knew it was a very simple chord progression. A lot of people had used it. And I was just trying to find a way for me to use it because it's just so basic. And it just seemed like I loved Brand New. And it was a very brand new sounding riff. And I wrote a song probably in 2004, 2005 with this riff. And it was about my uncle who had passed away in 2001. And it was the whole idea, lyrically, was way different from what it is now. But it was just kind of like I was just doing like a love letter to my uncle.
Right.
And then in 2010, one of my best friends, Dave, passed away. And I rewrote the song, and I brought it to my band at that point that I was working with, Poor Ghost, which included my brother Keith, Levi from Dead Men, and Micah Harrison, who's been on the show in the past, and our buddy Adam White.
Levi's been on the show technically.
Levi has, but not on this. He's on a Lost episode, or somewhere on a computer somewhere episode.
I guess.
But I rewrote it about Dave, and it was called Play It Again. Pretty sure that's what it's called. But we. I rewrote the lyrics to be about like kind of like how the feeling and the mood was like after he passed away, and the idea was that like in your life the only thing that I would change was the end of it, and that's kind of like how I kept the song for a while. We recorded it as Poor Ghost. It's a Matt Warnber, my buddy, did a great job recording with what we gave him, but that recording's still a little bit off, and then I was never really fully happy with it, even though it was a fun homage song and it meant a lot to me, and I got the motherfucker tattooed on me. I wasn't really happy with the song as it was, and so then I rewrote it after a situation with somebody, and I don't even remember what those lyrics are now, because I never recorded it and I never really wrote it down other than like in a notebook.
Right.
And when I played this song, oddly, throughout most of my last relationship, and I would play like in our kitchen or our living room for like the acoustic side of things, and I would play this song a lot, and I was always trying to figure out the wording and figure out like the phrasing. And I remember my ex said at one point that I was playing it in a way, and she just didn't like the specific way I was playing it, and I was like, I really like that. I really like that. Right. And so I kind of kept that feel. Basically, she thought I should go lower in the chorus and make it more of like a booming thing. But I just kind of stuck with it. And then one day, while I'm dating her, I brought it up to you guys. And we were just jamming upstairs, and we jammed out and kind of created the chorus of it. And that was the problem I always had with the songs. I never liked the chorus. I liked the chords. They were simple chords. Right. But anything I thought to go to with the chorus just seemed really derivative of everything else. So then I just went and was like, I'm just going to be super derivative of a lot of things and just try this out. But then with your drumming, and you were playing bass that day, Zach, but Justin's drumming and your bass playing.
I don't remember.
We played one riff that we played this whole like song, like the idea of the verse and the chorus for about an hour one night. Like we were probably pretty far gone. I'll say that. I think this might have been
I do remember
one of those nights where
I don't remember what we came up with.
I've done LSD, you got a problem, to quote a previous song. But I think it was like in an early stage of one of those nights. And I just fell in love with the song in a totally different way.
I didn't even know that.
And then we, the next time you heard it was me making it a demo. And I had at that point rewritten the lyrics to be about my breakup. And it was a song that I struggled through our relationship to write. And then once our relationship ended, I struggled through our relationship to finish this song and finish this song. And so lyrically, this is about just leaving. This is a song that's just like, it's done. Like nails are all in the coffin. It sucks. Like this is the worst. This is the lowest feeling I have because of how high the relationship started and how low it went. Right. This is that feeling. And this had the potential to be the saddest song, but it's like fun sad now and like emo-tastical, as I put in a post earlier. It is very brand new influenced in vocals, in approach and everything like that. Right. But the demo, as it was, if you've got that queued up, we're gonna play a little bit from what the demo was.
What's with the face?
And again, just me and a guitar.
Do you want me to stop?
Oh yeah, no. Keep playing.
Are all your thoughts in there?
And as much as
what's with the lie we've been living lately?
It is probably the truest to the original form song we've done so far. And I feel like
have we grown old?
That like you and me remember,
but not the way we always thought.
I don't remember what you played, but it
is your heart not still blinded by my light?
She thought I should go.
Striving hard for your good side. Is there anything you'd like me to hide? Strip away the parts you don't like.
Through the apartment was annoying her, and it was kind of like a "you should just shut up right now" type of moment. So like about the song and about the feel of the song and everything, that's where it comes from. All of these songs are extremely personal to me. All these songs are songs that I wrote the lyrics from situations, and some of them, as I've said already, I've forgotten what they're about. And that's kind of like the nice thing is like the resolution of that problem was this song to me. And for this song, it's very much so. It's the resolution of like two problems. A, I like this chord progression. I've never been able to figure out how to work it into a song that I really, really loved. And now two very pivotal, huge moments in my life, I've worked this song. This song has worked out two different traumatic things in my life. Right. But this is the version I wanted. This is, and just doing the vocals tonight, and with everything that you put in guitar and bass, and Justin, your drums on it are literally, it's just fun.
This is my favorite. I recorded this song the first time by myself.
Yeah.
I had sat down.
And then we had to redo it, yeah.
Well, we had to redo it, but I had sat in probably upstairs for about 4 hours just to get takes and things that I liked, and it ended up being that build-up that is like
the
3/4 of the way through the song is my favorite thing I've done so far.
Yeah.
Like in anything that we've done, I don't know.
This
it was
song
the most
makes
natural
me, like,
feeling.
Giddy happy, and so much of it is that, like, that drum fill is like the pinnacle to me of like, all right, we hit what I wanted in the package of this song.
Yeah.
That moment is like, we hit what I wanted, and anything we do after this is fucking whipped cream and cherries on top of what is already going to make me happy and fat.
And I think this was the second song we had ended up recording.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
I think I had sat down and this was the second one I got through.
Now, Zach, you messaged me a little clip, a little snippet yesterday.
Well, I had the guitars written for this, probably the first song I did.
Yeah.
And so I had the riff, like the riffs, and the solo, like just like in the back of my head from the first time we did it. I don't know. 3 or 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Right.
And it just sat, like, this was one of the ones, you know, initially when we had the idea of sending ones out to everybody, this was one like, no, I want to do this one.
And it makes sense.
And I had done that.
I'll say this again, like I said before, it is the most true to the original idea of the song, and also with my way of playing guitar is playing the percussion through the guitar. This had, like, your build up there, like you could feel it in what I was doing there. You coming up though with the solos, and something that you have done a lot on, not a lot, but you've done tastefully on this album, is the follow the vocal chord.
Let's be real here.
Progression.
Let's be real here. We've sat through like hours of just solos through the whole song at one point, and then you turn around and be like, I think it's too much.
It's just a little slice of our workflow sometimes. Like it sometimes takes me an hour to pare the lead down to what I need it to be.
Yeah, exactly.
And Kyle and Justin will sit behind me, and I will just look at them and just play every single, like, put the section on loop and just shred and shred, and then until it gets down to less and less and less. And,
what feels right, what works the best, what you feel the most comfortable like with, and that we all just,
except
when you turn
this
around,
one
it's usually
is
like,
not like that.
This one, it was
so the follow the vocal solo I did by myself yesterday, and the original solo to this is the first take. The original, not the one that's on this.
Okay, I was
the original one from the first time from 4 months ago when I did the guitar. That solo, I believe, is the first take solo.
Yeah.
And I liked it so much.
Yeah, just all feels
that
on
last night when I re-recorded it, I like took the parts of it that I liked the most and worked that into the current solo.
And what's great about
I did
idea,
about 200 takes of the solo last night by myself.
The great thing about that, in a totally like let me lean into the meaning of this song and the lyrics of this song, is literally the chorus. The line is, pick apart the things that you don't like to get me to stay for. Well, like literally you picked apart the parts of a solo that you didn't like for a song that is about someone that's picking apart your life. And to get it to be perfect, and where that relationship would never have been perfect, you fucking nailed the song. Your guitar playing is way better than my ex-girlfriend. I'm just that's where I'm sitting at.
Thank you.
Now. It's a weird thing to compare to, but that's what I'm comparing it to. Overall, when you sent me that yesterday, I was super fucking giddy about it. I was at work, and I'm like talking to Diane at work about it, and I'm just like, I literally was just like, it's real nice to have people that make your songs music. And she was like, don't sell yourself short. And I went, no, I'll show you the demos and I'll show you the finished product. Like, it's a good song. It's a great song. I love the song. This is, again, they're all personal to me, but this is one that, like, is the most recent I really remember and really can feel. And while we were recording vocals, you were basically going like, come on. I forgot what you called me. You blow hard?
Yeah, blow hard.
And then you're like, come on, cry, baby, cry about it. Come on, have some emotion in it, cry about it. And I'm like, yeah, this is the one song that I could close my eyes and do the vocals to and literally put myself back in 3 years ago where I was and that shitty situation and that wanting to just walk away. But then also with this song, as it like progresses, is the idea that like I walked away from something, but then I wasn't happy that I was replaced.
Right.
Like that's a huge part of what this song is that I was not like ready. I thought we're gonna take a break.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna be a hard break. But like maybe you always hold out for hope, and in a relationship, like there's a reason you were there, there's a reason you stuck, and there's a reason you left. Now you're hoping that reason you left might resolve itself, because it'd be so much easier to go back to the reason you stuck around if that one thing is fixed. But that one thing is really 1,000 things, and you're never ever going to be able to go back. And it's like the negative side effects of nostalgia. Being nostalgic for the relationship you're in as it's dying is not a good thing.
most times when people are talking about a break, like, just be real with yourself, and there's so much. And I mean, I'm not saying that not everybody can't change or things can't fucking work out, but most of the time when it gets to that point, it's just like, there's so much shit.
Like we're just, it's done. And we've all been through it. The three of us, we've all been through it. We've all done that. Either been the one that's done it. Actually, we've all been the one that's done it, and we've all been the one that it's been done to by other people in the past.
Yeah.
But that's what like I wanted to capture with this song. But in the feel of this album, where this is oddly, I thought last week was the ballad. This is kind of the ballad of this album. The last two tracks, next week's, or not this and the last track, are kind of like the ballady ones. But the last one's more of like in an epic rock way kind of ballad. Right. But this is kind of, it is my Get Up Kids. It is my Juliana Theory. It is my Saves the Day, my early Brand New, Taking Back Sunday. Like this is all of my influence of what I wanted to be. This song, with the exception of what you guys have added to it, is if I had the balls to get on stage a lot more when I was younger for music and not just like my own music, this would have been a song I would have done 18 years ago. Right. And that's what I really love about it, and that like at its core what it is. But what it's been made into, like your solo on it, as you said, it was a very feel solo. Like it was you kind of you perfected it, but you took what you did on your first take, just like listen to the song. And I just, I have so much like positive energy about the song, and for it to be about such a negative part of my life is like a really cool thing. Right. In a weird way, it's a really cool thing. So without any further babbling on, this is probably the song I'm the most excited about hearing from start to finish. This is the 8th track. And I've loved every track up to this, and I'm going to love the whole thing when it's done, but I'm really stoked for you guys to hear this song specifically off of Brunch Presents Kyle Mocha's Wasted and Waiting. Here is Cut My Hair. We'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Enjoy.
What's with the face? Are all your thoughts in there? What's with the lie we've been living lately? Have we grown old and not the way we always thought? Is your heart not still blinded by my light? Pets, I'll leave our pictures on your wall, so I don't have to feel what it used to be like. Should we stay friends or find a way to live apart? I'm cutting my hair, you're moved on. not been a minute you're letting him. It's not been a minute he's stepping in. It's not been a minute you're letting him. Striving hard for your good side. Is there anything you'd like me to hide? Strip away the parts that you don't like. Get me to stay for a while. Striving hard for your good side. Is there anything you'd like me to hide? Strip away the parts that you don't like. Get me to stay for a while.
Alrighty, guys, there you have it again. That is Cut by Hair, the 8th track off of Wasted and Waiting. That is fun. That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome, man. That literally is. I've not been unhappy with anything we've done, but that is probably the most happy I have been. That song again, with all the other songs, are going to be released mid to end of August. Anywhere you can stream music, and we're gonna try to get it printed. We're gonna see what our options are. I don't like the whole pre-order and see what you like what you get type of thing. I just want to print. I want to do like a run of like 50 and see where we go from there. You know, I know I can sell them between the jukebox and the bar. You know, I can get rid of them.
I'd like a copy.
Oh yeah, well yeah, I'll sell you,
know
one.
what I mean?
I'll sell you one.
Thank you. Real cheap, right?
$58.
You're sold
right now.
Wow.
Zach, you get one for free.
You fucked up. I would have paid $75.
Wow, wow. All right, so you have to buy $58. Zach gets this for free because you're buying it. So $116 for you. But I need a copy too, so we're just going to go with $164 for you. Quick mental math there. That works. Check it.
Just-
I'm
Ding,
sure.
ding, 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 correct.
Just bill me.
All right, so next week we're going to be doing, again, we'll have Steve-O and Jen on the show, and Steve-O is doing vocals for the song Every Man at the Bar, which is the most recent song I have written.
Right.
Me too.
That is true. Yeah, it is the most
We
the
did a
most
lot
recent
of
song.
cutting up on that fucker today.
Yeah, we
Carved
did.
that fucker
We're getting
like a
We're
pig.
getting it ready. We're getting ready for vocals and drums. We still have to do drums on that one. But it's I kind of like the idea of putting the most recent song that I wrote and the oldest song. Minus, I mean, this song again. The idea of it is the oldest, but what it has become is not. But the final track rundown on the album is the kind of the oldest idea because it probably predates this most recent song by weeks, maybe months, maybe a year or so.
Right.
But I thought it was cool to kind of the juxtaposition of the most recent thing and then the oldest thing and see where we went with that. So we'll be doing that next week again. It's Every Man at the Bar, the 9th track off of Wasted and Waiting. We'll be doing that next week. Now, tonight, in addition to all the music we listened to and all the booze that we're drinking, I have a subject that I want to bring up. I discussed this with Justin a little bit earlier.
I do.
You understand what's going on. Zach, you do not know. I did a thing in secret. In secret. Which is hard for me not to talk about things, but I did a thing.
Yeah.
And we'll get to exactly what that thing is, but I want to preface what we're going to talk about with what we're talking about.
Right.
So There is a thing that happens in the Poconos, and as I'm learning, I'm pretty sure it happens in any small town,
right.
And it's called the best of the best of the Poconos, right? Every year they nominate chefs, they nominate karaoke DJs and restaurants and breweries, and they release a list through the Pocono Record, the best of the best of the Poconos, right? And I've always kind of had a thought that you kind of have to pay your way in to get these things, right? And I saw a post once again from Diane at work, our chef over at the Cinder in East Stroudsburg. Go eat food there. It's always good. And she was posting about like, hey, maybe you guys should like nominate us for like best place to eat and stuff. So I started looking through, and I saw they had karaoke DJ. So I'm trying to find, do you have like, how up to date are you? Right. Do you have best podcast? Like, do you have best podcast? Do you have best radio personality? Like, do you have something that I could just kind of slyly sneak us into, and then hit up a couple people and be like, yo, we should do this. We should do like try to get us nominated, right? And they don't have anything like that, right? So
foiled again.
I was foiled, right? But what I do know now, what I'll say, and I'm going to Tarantino this a bit. What I do know now from the things that I've done, that if you are interested in being a part of the nominees and the whole running for being the best of something in the Poconos. When you get nominated, you get an email this week, because it's happening soon. And that email will say something to the effect of this. It'll say, hi, whoever it's addressed to. I would like to congratulate you for being one of the nominated businesses in this year's, and this is how good the editing is for the people doing this, about as good as the Pocono Record, for this year's Best of Best with the Pocono Record. Best of best. This year, you were nominated for the following. Now, this original email was sent to my boss and forwarded to me. And I'm going to bury the lead on this a little bit. You were nominated for the following. I'm going to skip over that for right now. We had incredible participation in this year's nomination period. This is a testament to how much our community loves their local businesses and the amazing job you did getting the word out to your loyal customers. Being one of the top 5 in your category gives you exclusive access to high-value marketing packages to get the word out during the 2-week voting period, and gives you the opportunity to get an edge on your competitors, who we're definitely not sending the same exact email to. We're not sending it to. No.
Only you are getting a specific
only you. You're the top
advantage.
5. But we like you better. Here is the timeline for the rest of the contest. Top 5 votes start August 9th, and they end August 25th. And then the top 3 will be announced September 2nd. I've included the information about our advertising packages with the best values. I would love to get a chance to go over what comes in each one and how it can best serve your business.
Hold on a second.
I look forward to speaking.
Hold on.
The deadline is July 31st.
You're already in the top 5, correct?
I'm already in the top 5.
Then why is there a top 5 vote in 2 weeks?
It's the vote of the top 5 to make the top 3. And then you go from there. Now, when you click on the attachment that they give you, it is Vote for Us 2021 Best of the Best. They spell it right here. Best of the Best Pocono Record. And what they're doing is they're selling ad space in their failing news medium.
And you got to go over the prices.
Yes. So
you gotta. This is crazy talk.
If you want to, try to boost your nomination, right? If you want to boost your nomination and get people to and again, you're exclusive to this.
Just you.
For an investment of only $200, you'll get a $600 value of a 12th page power package. A 12th
page?
12th
page power package.
You get 3 12th page full color ads in the Pocono Record. 17,000 ROS impressions on the USA Today network. which is like their website, because Pocono Record is owned by the USA Today network now.
They can just throw that out there because now you're
standard digital ad unit on the contest page, not on their full website, on the contest page, and one category rotating banner ad, enhanced listing, and ballot selection of the contest page. That's for $200. That's
not that bad.
Normally $600.
But what they're really trying to push for you, normally $600 is what they're saying a 12th page ad costs. And I've never paid for anything more than a want or like a for sale ad in the record, so I don't know. But if you want the full page power package, it gives you
full
page. You get 3 full page, full color ads.
Like full page, the whole
whole top to bottom page ad, right? All right.
My dick's not that big.
All right. You get the same digital representation. You get one group category rotating banner, another category rotating banner, enhanced listing and ballot selection. So they're stacking it in your advantage.
Right. So you get 3 full color, and then all their internet dumb bullshit that's just lumped in. Nobody gives a fuck about.
And then you have the email opt-in to build valuable email addresses.
Oh,
that's
what the fuck does that mean?
And then vote for us marketing campaign plan.
They'll market your thing like put out things like
is
click here.
an investment. It's usually worth $6,000.
$1,200?
$2,000. It's the same rate. It's the same rate. It just gets exponentially gets larger.
Yeah,
it doesn't get better.
For the third page?
That's
3
for
pages.
A full 3 full page
it's probably
ads
on the 12th page
over
as well.
a certain amount of time. Yeah, you're after the funnies, like you're buried after the obituaries.
A full page is fucking crazy.
That's crazy, right? But so
if I had fucking pudding swimming pool money, that's the new term for fuck you money.
Yeah.
I want mine to be a Jello swimming pool, but either way,
Jello pudding.
Yeah.
Idiot. That would be. I mean, that's pretty wild. Pretty wild.
What would you run for a full page ad?
Now, what? Okay, what?
My small business.
One small business.
You're right. I was thinking like.
Justin and I have said that I should call the Pocono Record as an independent business and say, I'm interested in renting out, and describe exactly what they say here.
Yes.
And say, how much does that go for? And see if they're actually giving you a deal, or if
it's actually just $2,000.
Right? But basically what we're getting down to is this failing medium of print news, which I love physical things. I'm a record collector. It is the struggle for them to stay alive right now. And what they have done is they have made up their own awards for every local newspaper that they own, which they own over 1,100 local newspapers. They are orchestrating the same thing. The call that we got for this, and again, let me remind you that it says, I would like to congratulate you for being nominated, blah, 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 blah. We had an incredible participation in this year's nomination period, a testament to how much our community loves their local businesses. This is from a woman from Florida that works for the USA Today network, so it has nothing to do with our actual local. And we understand there's a game with everything. There's business. We understand how things go. But I just thought it was hilarious.
Why don't you tell them how many people nominated you?
Oh, well, we'll get to that in a second. Okay. But I thought it's hilarious that they're trying to get upwards of $2,000 from every single person of the 5 that nominated for that category. Yeah. And they have over 30 categories. Right. So they're looking at like 150 people for, or 150 individual nominations.
As a thing, though, if you're not from here and you don't know, like that, it is sort of a thing.
It is. But
it is sort of like what if last year when the Cinder won 2.
Yeah, it was a big thing.
Like it was sort of a big deal.
Yeah, it was. It was definitely, and I'm not taking away from that. But what I've never had,
trying to get it as,
what I've never had is the privilege to see the inside business of this all by nominating myself for something and getting myself nominated for something. I wanted to see the inner workings of it, and I spoke with my boss and she asked me, what should we do since I was nominated for this certain thing? And I said, nothing. Don't do anything. I want to see if I can go from top 5 to top 3 without giving them any money. I want to see how much it is an actual vote. And I don't think I'm going to. I don't think I'm going to.
So.
I don't think you're going to either.
Because you're going to get 2 votes.
But
probably me and Justin are probably going to forget to vote.
But using the power
Probably.
Justin is going to 100% forget to vote.
You're
but
right.
using the power of social media and the business that my boss has cultivated, promoting me from those pages, I will get a handful of actual votes. I will, and I will promote it when I am working. Are you best bartender? I am nominated for the top 5 best bartenders in the Poconos.
Wow!
I am nominated for best bartender.
But you don't know who you're going on.
Former
Who
winner.
won last year?
I don't know, but about 5 years ago, Timmy Huff won. So that's caliber we're going after. Love Timmy. I love Timmy. Sometimes he forgets you ordered and you just ordered, but I love Timmy.
Yeah.
Now, I know for a fact no more than 11 people voted for me because I told 10 people.
You didn't, I would have, but you didn't tell me.
I told 9 members of my family. I said, this would be really funny. Do you guys mind just going on? And all of them responded with the same thing. I logged in, or I went to go vote, and it says I have to sign up for something. And I went, don't do that. And they didn't. And none of them signed up for whatever you have to sign up for to get nominated.
Right.
And then I asked one bar patron, my buddy Jacob, and said, just vote so there's 10. And then I went in and made it 11. So a maximum, if every single person I asked to do this, a maximum of 11 people voted for me for this.
Or a minimum of 1.
Or a minimum of me.
It's true.
I trust 3 people said they did it, and I'll assume they did it. But yeah, 4 to 11 people.
I want to know how this fucking turns out.
I really am excited. So what I'm doing, all we're doing tonight is setting it up. We're just setting it up. It's something that I tried to do. I did it a month ago.
Kyle.
And if next week, when or in whatever she said, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, when they nominate them, if I am not still in the top 5, that goes to show you that they send this email out to 50 people.
Oh,
so
yeah.
what, are you guaranteed 5?
I don't know. They said I am. They said I'm top 5.
This is some real journalism right here.
This is what I'm doing.
It is.
I'm doing journalism on the newspaper.
So next year you're going to be top 5 journalists.
Top 5 journalists. That's what I'm going to put myself into the Pocono record as top 5 journalist for my expose on the Pocono record.
Top 5 private eyes.
Yeah, top 5 private eyes. I'm watching you.
Pocono record.
I see
We're
your
getting sued.
every word.
Maybe they wouldn't need all that money if they didn't fucking give me Pocono record for like 2 years and I didn't even pay for it.
Yeah.
I would just pick the sopping wet fucking paper out of my driveway, throw it right in the fucking trash, and go, I didn't buy this shit.
I'm not even recycling this. I'm not even recycling this.
I
recycled it, you fucking
No. I threw it right. I threw it in my toilet. Oh. It's just not. I ruined a toilet and a paper every day. I destroyed one toilet.
Well, who's your top 5 plumbers? You fucking needed one.
I just had a bunch
Johnny Reuter.
I just had a bunch of toilets that were never actually hooked up that I shit in, and I just set them up in my front yard.
So you went to Home Depot.
But I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to see how this turns out. I'm curious to see how this turns out. I want to know how many people, and if you're watching this and you've been nominated for something in the past, I want to know how many people actually get you're in the top 5, and maybe 11 was enough. Maybe it's that sad that 11 is enough.
Anybody that's a bartender in the area that you listen.
Yeah.
Have you been nominated?
You need to sign when you're working.
Yeah.
Just
maybe the best bartender in the Poconos.
Yeah, but you need a sign on how to vote.
Yes.
Like a sign you just put up on the bar while you're working that explains how to go vote. And people just come.
Would a sign help?
A sign would help.
A sign would help, exactly. Yeah. So, we're gonna see.
Yeah, and so just buy this ad space.
My hope, my goal, my plan is if I make the actual top 5, utilizing my social media presence, but mainly my boss's. If I'm nominated for the top 5, she'll go ham with it, and she always does.
Sure.
She pushes that. Like she's not an idiot. She knows. Take the attention. But she asked me, and I said, "Don't give them a dime. I want to just see how this plays out." And she went, okay, like you're the one nominated. Like we also specifically were not nominated for anything else because we didn't put any. Like nobody did what I did and said, hey, can you put our name in? It was the summertime. Everyone was having fun. So we weren't thinking about
Nobody nominated Cinder this year at all?
Maybe, but that is the... I'll say this. Maybe we got nominated for other things, and maybe they send out individual nominations. But the email that I have says you were nominated for and one bullet best bartender. So, who knows? Maybe. But what I'm excited to see is, can I make the top 5? If I make the top 5, utilizing only our social media presence and word of mouth in this show and me bothering people at the bar to vote, if I can, and knowing that I'll watch 10 people a week put my name in, see if I can make the top 3. Right. And if I make the top 3, then I'm really going to push it. I'm not going to give them a dime, but I'm really going to push for it. I'm going to start going to other bars where the person is like nominated and be like, who do you like better, me or him, to get that person like that with, and I hope they didn't put any money. And then my real goal at the end is I want to fall on the sword type of thing. If I make the top 3, I'm going to go on a don't vote for me campaign. Don't vote for me. Drew really needs this at Floods, you know, like he's invested his whole life into this award, and just like convince people that somebody else locally really needs this right now, and get them to vote for him, and just see what happens with it.
I
don't think anything's going to happen. I don't think I make this pass.
If you
I don't think
really
I make it past
wanted
this.
to test this, you should have nominated me for best bartender.
I will say this: I'm pretty sure they
that would be fucking hilarious.
Well, no, because they said somebody called to check to see if he was actually.
Yeah, they called. They called and said somebody called from Florida and said, "Hi, can I speak to the owner?" No. Well, do you have somebody named Kyle Mocha that works there? Yeah. Well, he's been nominated for best bartender of the Poconos. And Kristen was like, "Oh," and then she messaged me, and I've not told anybody at work that I've been doing this.
Just Veronica knew.
No, Veronica doesn't know. Diane knows because I told her last night because I was too happy about the idea. And
wait, V doesn't know.
V doesn't know that I'm
yourself.
the one that nominated myself.
Oh Lord!
All she knows is that I got nominated, and I told her, "Don't give them any money."
Right.
Like, don't give them any money. And she went, "Okay." Like, that's all. She goes, she actually said, "Read the email for me. Tell me what I need to do next." And I said, "It looks like a scam that you got to pay them $200 to $2,000. And if we give them $200, but someone else gives them $2,000, they're definitely going to be the one that wins." Right. So fuck it all together. Let's not even try with this thing.
Let's ride this.
You should have got me to put a fucking $2,000 full print ad for our podcast.
Well, somebody at work when I went in yesterday, they
could have convinced her.
I might have been able to. Somebody yesterday goes, "You're releasing an album, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah." They're like, "You should just take out a $2,000 page ad to advertise your album and just have it be nominated for the best bartender in the Poconos." Local comedian and podcaster and musician Kyle Mocha, and then just have the album cover. And I went, if I had $2,000 to blow, I'm not gonna have somebody else do the money, but if I had $2,000 to blow on something like that, yeah, I would go that route with it, and it would have nothing to do with bartending.
If it came down to $2,000 to either run an ad for the album or get records
get the records pressed, I'd just get the records pressed. Like, why would I invest that money? So now you might think maybe if I invest that money, we get more attention and I make more money as a bartender, and then I can afford more things. But I just want to see grassroots movement only. So it's up to you guys now. If you are listening, as of August 9th, this is going to be a live vote. August 9th to August 25th, you will be able to vote for me for the best bartender of the Poconos. And I'll be the first to tell you right now, I'm not the best bartender at the Cinder. So there's no way I'm the fucking best bartender in the Poconos. I might be the best server at the Cinder because I'm more a server than a bartender. And
You're
I just
my favorite, though.
Well, you're also one of my best friends, so I take a little bit of bias hit there. But I am not the best bartender as far as knowledge goes. I'm not the best bartender as far as experience goes. I am a manager with server experience that is bartending right now. And the last 3.5 years, I've learned to really bartend. But realistically, I'm not the best. I can go in almost any bar in Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg and find 5 bartenders that are better than me at the job of bartending, like actually like making good drinks and all that stuff. And I'm not just putting myself down. I just know that there are people that are way more experienced and way more talented. I know I can talk, I know I can entertain, and I know like a slow bar.
That is part of the job, though.
But that's why I like a slow bar. That's why I work Sunday, Monday nights. I can make my money slowly chit-chatting and laughing up people, you know? So if you're interested, again, August 9th, you can go on to the Pocono Record website and you can vote for this. And we're we're going to see how this goes, and I'm really excited to see how this goes, because we will be dropping an album right around the same time that I could potentially be nominated, and there could be people just going like, who the fuck is this guy, and just searching in Facebook for it, and then the album could pop up, and then for all the selfish reasons. And I will say this, as much shit as I'm giving it, I love awards. I know they're all full of shit, but who doesn't like being recognized for something? Sure. So I'll take it if they win, and I will gracefully accept it, and then shit talk the entire thing. There's not an acceptance speech moment or anything. I don't think you get anything other than you give them money, and you're supposed to basically improve your business. Yeah. Which I get. That's how advertising works. Yes. But I'm really just curious and excited to see how this all works out. So stay tuned in the future. Upcoming episodes, we'll be talking more about this as it unfolds. And next week,
this is how we finally get famous enough to get canceled.
Yeah. I love it.
It's the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen.
Here we go. It was already the end, but now we're beginning
Download
the end.
These podcast episodes now, because we're going to be pulling them.
They're going to wipe them all away. USA Today's coming for our
USA Today's coming for us. Oh,
Kyle Moucha versus the United States of America Today Network. So next week we're going to be back with again, we're going to have Jen and Steve-O on, and they are going to be not only wrapping up talking about the show that we will be having this weekend, again, the Basement Show, LMI, Kuwato, and La Fin Fauna, but we'll also be releasing from the best bartender in town, potentially, Every Man at the Bar. So.
We're changing the name of the album
to the best bartender
instead
of the Poconos.
Of Kyle Mocha's Wasted and Waiting, the best bartender in the Poconos, Wasted and Waiting.
Wasted and Waiting. It would sell probably a little bit better that way. More people will be Googling best Poconos bartender than Kyle Moucha Wasted, unless there's some videos that I don't know about out there.
There's one thing I wanted to touch on before we finish the episode.
Is it Eve 6?
No, but
Eve 6 is amazing.
Go listen to the new Eve 6
Black Nova, fucking
Black
amazing.
Nova.
The album itself, I believe, is called a Grim Value. Grim Value. It's an EP. Yeah. Go check it out. It's amazing.
No, what I wanted to talk about is how today was such a sad day for me.
Okay.
Because Jeff Bezos didn't die.
Yeah, he went up in the,
he put his
I
tip
was
into
waiting
space.
on bated breath, just listening to the thing, just waiting for the shuttle to explode. That would have been terrible for everyone else on board.
Yeah.
But I was just hoping that the shuttle would explode and everyone would survive but him.
The passengers were Bezos, his brother, an 83-year-old woman, and an
like
18-year-old
rich
woman.
kid.
So they had the youngest person ever in space and the oldest person ever in space in this flight today.
And the biggest douchebag ever in space.
And the biggest douchebag.
And the biggest douchebag's brother.
Yes.
They covered all aspects.
And they, I guess they wrote "Hi Mom" on their hands or something while they were floating around in space, and they were passing around Skittles and doing all that stuff.
I don't know.
So
I just was waiting
for it to
waitlist. Fucking blow up. I wanted it to blow up.
Didn't Virgin do it before
no.
them?
So here's the thing.
Jeff Bezos went higher.
Jeff Bezos went higher, and it was also an unmanned craft as far as the trajectory and everything. It was all controlled from the ground. I will say...
So somebody could have just hit the wrong thing and sent him right into space.
They could have just keep going. Just keep going.
Almost there.
He hasn't paid me overtime. Keep going. But yeah... No,
on the backs of the American workers.
Yeah. That's what paid for
it. Fucking bloated bastard has gone to space.
Yep. And
I was so mad.
He said he's excited. He's excited to return, but I'm sure some of other people want to go to space. But he's just gonna be a dick and be like, "Nah, I'm going back. It's me.
Well, now
he
has to take the rich people's money. He's taking all of the rest of the.
They accomplished zilch.
Yeah.
Elon might be a dickhead.
Yeah.
But at least SpaceX...
He sent a car to space.
Well, they run missions for the ISS.
Yeah.
They take supplies to the International Space Station.
Yes.
They have a real company that is doing real things to make human life better.
Right.
Jeff Bezos is just burning resources.
Yeah, he's just burning resources. He wanted to do this, so he did this.
Yep.
I could start a whole podcast.
Anti-Bezos.
Anti-Amazon podcast.
Yeah. We should do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have Amazon, I want you to go on your computer and delete your Amazon shit. I want you to take your Kindle out in the backyard and fucking smash it, Mom. I know you just bought a brand new Kindle. And when I saw it, I said, "Are you fucking kidding me with this bullshit, Mom? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Every time I go to my parents' house, there's an Amazon package on the front porch. I say, "When are you fucking people gonna grow up and quit this fucking shit? Yeah. Get your fucking shit together and stop it. Stop destroying our fucking planet."
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole thing is they're rich guys trying to leave the planet as quickly as they can.
Just go, leave already, leave us.
Just go. We've got things we can do with that. Yeah. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. Might be better.
And then people say, "Well, how are you going to stop using Amazon?" Easy, just stop.
Just stop.
Yeah, there are
I don't use Amazon.
I
never use Amazon.
Go look. I have plenty of times. But yeah, you can just use local stores. You can just use
there's
local.
plenty of places that you can get your products from.
Yeah.
Vote with your wallet, people.
Vote with your wallet.
Pray for the death of fucking Jeff Bezos.
And on that note, we're gonna wrap it up for this week. Next week again, Jen and Steve-O will be on. We'll be releasing the single "Every Man at the Bar," the 9th and second to final, the penultimate single of this album, "Wasted in Waiting," and also we'll be featuring music from a fun kind of like post-hardcore, hardcore pop punk-ish sounding band called Playing Dead from New York. Not Callin' Dead, which is another band that we've had in the past, but Playing Dead from New York. Really fucking awesome music. Just keeping the fun punk train going.
Oh yeah.
A big shout out to Moot.tv. Everybody over there, let me ask you a question. Go check out their shows released every Monday alongside ours on the Moot Monday Drops. Huge thank you to EJ5000, our super producer, for making sure everything is always up and running for you there. And all the love to the Grega Man and Anthony. And go check out But What Do We Know, our friendly podcast that we do the music for. And there's going to be potentially an upcoming episode of that show featuring Steve-O. I don't know if I'm just breaking news here, but it's going to be fun. We were nerding out about it the other day. And go check out Not Movies and also Sean and Dave Make Music. Give all the love to all of your independent artists. There are local shows, again, we're having one, but there are local shows all over the place. You can't complain about not being able to go to concerts and shows if you don't go to the concerts and shows when they start happening. So if you're around, if you're available, you go to these shows, you support, you spend a little bit of money, you make sure things slowly get back to normal or the new normal, as they say. But we'll be back again next week with another episode, and there's only, after this, there are 4 episodes left of this show as it stands, and then we're going to be transitioning, maybe 5, and we're going to be transitioning to a new format, and we're very excited about that. It'll be called Houseboat Live. Yeah, Slacky. Slacky's actually going to be on in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
So he will be returning potentially with a Joe Tromboli. If not, we might just replace him with Dom Tromboli, and that'd be better.
I'll take any Tromboli I can get.
We take a Tromboli.
Can you guys bring a Stromboli as well?
We need a Stromboli from a Tromboli, and that's the only way you can be on the show.
Though?
I don't care. Whatever.
He's allowed to buy meat. He's just not allowed to eat it. And but yeah, so Playing Dead and Steve-O next week. Come on back.
Dom, go buy us a whole bunch of fucking fancy, expensive meat.
A lot of meat.
Bring it over here, and we will eat it in front of you.
And you can live vicariously through us. All right, guys. Well, until next week, big shout out to Mr. Justin Olimpedo here, putting everything together, making sure we are live and rocking. And and also Mr. Zachary
Kill Bezos
Stormin for Kyle Mocha Won't Shut Up Season 6 Episode 8. I am Kyle Mocha. We'll see you guys next week. As always, fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck the fans.
Fuck the fans.
And
Ricky
Martin.
Oh, we're going Ricky.
Doesn't matter.
Ruben.
Ricky Ricardo.
Oh, you said Ricky. Ricky Ricardo. Rick Rickles. Fickle Rick.
Don Rickles.
There we go. We'll see you guys next week.
Moot.tv.
There's nothing more egomaniacal than singing the theme music for your own show. Who am I Chelsea Grammer. If I could only drink like him. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be weak. We're gonna write a new one every week. Some will be solid, some will be total experiments.